Like NERDSoul. Woo! Yeah. Late ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, coming with another wonderful episode of Beast Vibes Life. Just like last week, we are joined by two amazing hip hop contributors, if you will. But first, my co-host to my metaphysical left, which isn't exactly left right now, but he's somewhere in one of these boxes. Hip hop producer extraordinaire. Also seen this kid save a cat outside of a tree. Mayor of Philadelphia for 8 years straight, 12 years straight, Arckatron.
What? What's going on, people? It's me, Arckatron, the place to be. It's ARCKATRON.com. Everything, you know how it is. .com. Holla at me. We got some good talk today and spark today, and somebody already sparked up today, and you know what I mean? That's what we do today.
Yeah. And for one of our hip hop contributors, conspiracy theorist extraordinaire.
Oh shit!
Adult cigarette smoking.
Yes.
Also,
the good
beat
one.
producer himself, a crate digger, if you will, Parker P.L. Lewiz.
What up? 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 What up?
Take it.
Lastly,
what up?
Lastly but not leastly, that ain't even a word, but it is now. You know what I'm saying?
That's a word.
Superhuman MC has a project coming out this Friday.
Yes.
Once again, master Googler and hip hop historian Haslo.
Yeah. It's coming out. What up, y'all?
Wu-Tang is for the children.
Yep.
For the babies.
What up?
And since we've been putting our woos up, this week we're going to be talking about most recently RZA versus DJ Premier on the Verzuz series, and then also talk about producers that we like to see matchups and maybe mismatches or all that. So it's going to be producer heavy today. So sit back, relax, grab some popcorn or something, enjoy. I guess to get started off, I'll throw it to Arckatron. Did you see the battle, and how did you enjoy it wherever you are in one of these boxes?
I might be up here, down here, but I enjoyed the battle. I just finished it. I had to wipe my face off that I was sweating from dancing and moving around. I was just like sweating. I'm like, I gotta take a shower or something. But I surprisingly enjoyed it. Surprisingly, because as y'all know, last week I was like,
yeah, I know how you get down.
I don't know about this. I don't want to hear them play the songs I already know. But to see them interact and everything was kind of cool. And I have notes.
Oh shit!
Well then, good. We'll get into that in a second. Cool. So, Conspiracy P, how are you feeling after watching it?
I caught it late, but I went back and watched. It was dope, and just seeing, like Arckatron said, the interaction between the two, it was dope. You kind of wanted to see them not be so buddy, like I'm not in like a yo go hurt him type shit. But
I know what you mean.
You wanted to see like some type of like competitive like some type of like competitive spirit between the two. Some like everything was like, oh man, that was great. Yeah, man, yours was awesome. Yeah, man, yours was great too. Yeah, man, I remember that one. It was like
my neck.
The battle.
Nah, it was I see what you're saying, but
yeah, I feel you on that.
I mean, it was good to see them interact. I never saw them interact, so that was cool.
Yeah, we've only heard comments about each other before that.
Yeah. So of course, Haas
made about each other.
Yeah. So of course, Haas, how you feeling after checking out the battle?
I
stirring on
I
it.
didn't watch it. I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Whoa!
I didn't see it.
He was able. He had the hip hop fortitude to be like, you know what? I'm okay.
No, I just was in my feelings and I didn't want to watch it.
Oh,
It wasn't that deep.
I got it.
okay.
Nah, I was the same way. Up until like I text NERDSoul yesterday, I was like, I ain't about this episode for real. But when I thought about it
as
again,
I mentioned before,
I watched it again. I watched it for the first song. I was like, all right. I wait after the first couple of rounds. I was like, yeah. This is what I wanted. You know what I mean?
what I
Like,
wanted.
even though I was against them, I wanted them to play new things. I still like to hear them play their hits, and they played their hits.
Yeah.
They
Play
didn't
the
sit
hits,
on
man.
that.
Play the hits.
The only thing that I'm
because,
mad at, the only thing that I was really mad at, like that's, I wasn't really mad at the whole buddy shit, but you know what I mean.
I
The
get
thing that I was really mad at, I don't know if you want to get to that point yet, but man, I was mad at the choices, like when they picked which beat and to go, like it's like, yo, I played this song and then you tried to, it was like, you thought this was the one that was gonna come back to get me? Like some of the beat choices, when and where they were chosen to be played was just kind of off to me. That's it. That's all I'll say.
And I'm glad you brought that up because we will go track for track in a little
we're going
bit.
track for track. We gotta go track for track because I watched it. I just watched it. Like it's fresh in my head.
I watched it Sunday or Monday. I can't remember. But yeah, so I watched it then. I do agree with you on the buddy part, but then at the same time, there was something cool about seeing sort of like our hip hop heroes giving each other their flowers while they're here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool.
So there was, but I do understand like the contention, like yo, your beats ain't messing with mine, and then maybe be friendly after it. But you know, like,
well, let me comment on that.
I kind of disagree a little bit with that because they came up in the same era from the same, like in the same city. So they know each other way before all this. I mean, like
and that's something that I didn't know too. So I didn't know that how close they were.
Like, it's almost like they were brothers in a way, or like distant relatives. You know what I mean? Collaborating with some of the same artists. So it's not like they didn't know each other. So it's kind of like it's like arguing with your cousin, like, you know. But I get it in terms of a battle sense. It wasn't a battle. It was more like a friendly competition.
I heard about them being like really complimentary toward each other, which sounded refreshing to me. Because if you look at another battle that happened, which was Scott Storch and Manny.
Yeah.
There's a part when Scott Storch tells Manny Fresh, like, yo, you don't have as many hits as me, in so many words. And that was tacky. To me, that was really tacky.
I didn't mind that.
I would rather.
I didn't mind that.
I don't
know. Mind that.
Scott might be wrong on that.
I know you didn't. I know you didn't mind that.
And if you think I'm wrong, play something to shut me up.
And now the
you heard it first.
Manny is a joint that I didn't see.
And PL, we set the battle. He just laid the challenge out. I'm accepting it. It's gonna happen right here. We're going hit for hit. Let's go.
Yeah, and then me and NERDSoul, we gonna go hit for hit too.
Yeah, we gonna go hit for hit.
Let's do it.
Like all 12 of my songs.
I'm gonna play BBL as the first track. With you on it. What?
Yeah.
What?
like this is gonna be a short battle. Like you ain't got but like 15 songs.
I like that they could battle without it being like sometimes the confrontation in hip hop and the competitiveness. I like friendly. That's really what it is. I like friendly competition. And in hip hop, that's kind of lost on a lot of people.
I love friendly competition. I didn't really see it here. It was just like, yo, It was like, yo, yours is dope. 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 Nah, yours is dope. Nah, yours is dope. Man, I remember that one. Yeah, man, that was dope.
Whoa. As a person who's done many beat battles in his life, the competition is when someone plays something and you counter. I saw that pretty much throughout the whole entire battle. That's why I said yes.
There were a couple of times when DJ Premier kind of
when he played.
I think we can say that happened. You know what I mean? I think we can say that happened because when you look at the online chatter about it, it has RZA in sort of an upset. It's like no one going into that battle.
Yep.
Every comment that I saw was about how bad RZA was going to get whooped.
It was going to be
after that battle.
I saw a lot of people.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people talking about RZA.
And then after that battle,
really?
Yo,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. On Twitter, RZA was
cold.
catching.
Yo, RZA got them joints after the battle. It was different.
Yeah. It wasn't looking good for RZA on Twitter, man. There were only a few people I saw coming out saying like, "Hey, don't sleep on RZA," because even in the battle, there were a couple of times where RZA made comments about him not working with a lot of artists. But it's like, dude, you had like 10 in-house. So you didn't really need to go. It's like you had like 10 in-house.
And every song that you're gonna play that's a hit is iconic.
Yeah, so it's like
it's more than a hit. It's an iconic hip hop song.
Also, he did do the rounds in hip hop at the era. He worked with Nas, Biggie, Jay.
That verbal intercourse, man, that beat like, still
in their prime.
He worked with Pun
in their Jay not so much in his prime, but and Ye in his prime. We're gonna throw him in there too.
Yeah.
So Drizzy also did his rounds too after Wu-Tang was Wu-Tang too. So he threw that as PL calls it higher. I was like, higher? What track is that? But he means Dark Fantasy, and I was like, yes. I forgot that he did it, but I knew he did it. But I was like, he did. He was right to play that one. But then what Premier did, he played the classic joint with Ye on it. See?
The one that he scratched on.
Because Premier.
No, he made the beat.
He was going back and forth.
I'm not talking about. He was going back and forth,
kind of like, all right, you played this. Let me see. Okay, let me play this.
I forgot about that joint too. My bad. Yeah, the classic joint. I forgot.
Yeah, the classic. He played the classic joint. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that joint. And Ye had the first verse, so it's easy for a battle because you know how battles go. You don't be sitting there for 5 minutes for the battle. You want to just have it dead on. So a lot of the verses that they played were like the first verses of the artists that they collabed with too, if there were multiple people on it.
Oh, also, I do want to get to Arckatron's notes, but I wanted to say this. I was surprised, since this is kind of like a sort of like Timbaland and Swiss's kind of idea, brainchild-ish kind of thing. I was surprised these guys were chosen because, at least on the Timbaland side, and Arckatron and I talked about this when Timbaland put out like his like list of favorite producers or most influential or whatever.
Yeah.
He didn't really have any, I guess you could say, like quintessential hip hop guys on there. So I was surprised he put these two together. So I was like, okay, I did not expect that from you and Swiss, but maybe that was a little more from Swiss side, maybe?
I think Swiss Swiss wanted Timbaland went Premier, and then Swiss instigated RZA to be the contender, like the one to go against him.
Okay,
so it's probably more Swiss than Timbaland for the RZA's part.
Yeah, but even Premier, it just didn't seem
that is
like it was just like, oh, okay, so you guys, or at least Timbaland isn't blind to the very quintessential, because when he put out that list, I was just surprised that there was no. But I told
you, it's my list right here. But I told you that Timbaland was, in terms of his greatest, or like his producers, was influenced his style.
Yeah.
It wasn't about who's the greatest of all time on the overall grand scheme of things. It was his list for the producers that influenced him. And you look at the whole list, it's there. You got Teddy Riley, you got all the. It's right there. Premier, you've listened to Timbaland Premier. If they had a battle, I'd be like, that's strange. You know, if they had a battle.
He did a couple of joints for Mad Skills that were like kind of boom bap-ish. But for the most part, he doesn't really go.
How many decades ago was that?
Yeah.
He ain't on no NPC like chopping it up and like scratching like that. You know what I mean? Like it's a little different.
Or the Dilla gif where he's like,
oh yeah. He's not doing that. You know what I mean? He's more go ahead. You know what I mean? He's more on that.
All right, so you had notes. Hit us with your notes, good sir.
So my notes say that RZA won, not decidingly. There were some ones I felt were ties, and some were like close. So let me get the other list of what was played. So, when he played the
20 or the with the bonus joints.
I'm going to I'm pretty much going to when RZA played Triumph, pretty much.
Okay.
Because after that, it gets a little. Yeah, Triumph I felt was the ending of it.
Yeah. That's where they should have stopped.
Yeah. So I feel that
what did he play, by the way, against Triumph?
He played Represent.
Yeah.
Nas?
Yeah, Nas Represent.
Oh wow! I saw someone said why didn't he play full clip? Like that was it, right? That was the chance right there. Like I don't really know.
Yeah, he could have played full clip.
If you don't go full clip or something, I don't know how you beat Triumph.
You can, yeah. So the ties were only ties because, and I also put what the tie what was played. So for me, the ties were when RZA played. Hold on. When RZA played Criminology, and he played and Premier played The Wick, and I was like, okay. For me, that's a tie because
that was real close. There were a lot of real close ones.
Both of them are classic, but it's like that was a toss-up for me.
You can't choose between those two.
When RZA played Incarcerated Scarfaces, I was like, oh, he got this one in the bag. Premier played Boom. And I was like,
and that beat is still tough. That beat is still,
Premier,
but I don't know.
Be quiet. Yeah.
Well, see, here's
for me.
Yeah.
For me, that beat when I first heard that beat, I was like,
no, it's not. For me, it's not even that. It's like Boom is super classic.
Facts, but it ain't that.
But it's not Incarcerated Scarface.
I just said this. I didn't say Premier won it. I said it was a tie for me. I didn't even say Premier didn't win.
They kind of like washed each other out.
There was more ties than Premier wins.
Okay.
It was mainly RZA wins and and 5 ties by Premier and a couple of wins for Premier, which actually was one. It was when RZA played Maria, which is a weird selection.
Super weird selection.
And Premier played Mathematics. And I was like,
killed.
That's most def Mathematics. That's Premier. That was a clear win. That was early on. So RZA was still getting his.
That was 4 or 5. No,
that was 4.
Maria was 3. At least on the list that I got.
It was very early.
But what I was thinking is that he was kind of, you know how in a battle you kind of put out something that's it's good, but you try to test what are they going to respond with? I felt like Maria was.
Maria is not the test record.
If anything, he could have put on
Here's
dog.
why.
You know what I mean? He could have put it on dog.
Here's why. Because then he followed with Wu Gambino's. So I feel like that was one of them joints. All right, let me see what you do when I throw out a record that's okay, but it's not a killer. And then
a lot of people say he lost that round.
Yours? Why not?
A lot of people say he lost that round. What went up against Wu Gambino's?
Wu Gambino's Big Al, Enemy. That actually for me was a tie.
See, for me, I lean a little more on Wu Gambino's. Even though I do like the Enemy, I lean a little more on Wu
That was my
Gambino's.
tie. That was the first tie. I was like, ooh, okay. I forgot.
Stylistically, though, that's a good match.
Yeah, stylistically,
the Enemies really is a good match against Wu Gambino. Stylistically, just sonically.
But did y'all want to go track by track?
Did RZA play It's Yours?
Yeah,
it says he played It's Yours, but I listened to the whole thing. I didn't hear no It's Yours.
I didn't hear it either, so I guess that was an extra.
So I don't know who. And I didn't even hear Liquid Swords or A Million.
That was the first. Liquid Swords was the first beat.
I didn't. It must have been on the. They must have didn't have recorded because I've watched 2-hour and 40 minutes session, and it wasn't there.
Yeah.
It started with Bring the Pain and
that's the one that I got.
MOP joint.
Yeah, this is the one I watched. Was the one
Yeah,
that
so I'm
started
like,
with Bring the Pain.
maybe it was before, then it got disconnected and it came back, maybe.
I got it. I don't know.
But I don't remember.
I want to say Liquid Swords was the first beat.
Yeah, Liquid Swords for me would be a win. Whatever was played next to it. Sorry.
A Million and One Questions.
I love A Million and One.
Which is still a fresh
and
a fresh beat.
I love it, but Liquid Swords. Sorry.
And the beat switch is fresh. Like, don't sleep. But Liquid Swords is just like, it's something like, man, it's see, there's also, when you're also playing the song, you're also thinking about the lyrics in it as well. My dad was a decapitator.
Cut off the head of 131 lords. He was a
bad time for the Empire.
How do you beat that? You
can't beat it.
That, man.
Can't beat it. RZA showed up.
Yeah,
he did.
And for today, on April 15 old tax day, today I will call him RZA.
Thank you.
He showed up.
Disrespecting my man's name.
I'm applauding him.
RZA.
The Abbott showed up.
Yeah. RZA.
I was
RZA
very slightly surprised.
RZA
Come
came
home
through
and forget about
surprised
the murders. Oh man!
Wasn't afraid of the Shogun.
Maybe that was the problem.
Yeah, I would
one
say
night.
so.
Yo, that intro was just so crazy.
But yeah, we can go down the list. NERDSoul, do your thing.
All right, so the first one was Liquid Swords versus A Million and One Questions. So
Liquid Swords.
But me is Liquid, yeah. Then RZA brought out Bring the Pain versus Breaking the Rules.
Bring the Pain.
Yeah,
Bring the Pain. Yeah.
So,
even though Breaking the Rules is fantastic.
Yeah,
Breaking the Rules.
That was my first time.
Oh, that was your first time? Okay.
Okay.
Then, I wouldn't argue that. That's valid. Cause I was like, okay.
That album is really underappreciated in my opinion. That first Family for Life album.
Yeah, Family for Life. Yeah. All right, what we got?
Then Wu-Tang Maria versus Mos Def Mathematics.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
Maria.
You're not. He joked.
Mathematics. Then
Mathematics, of course.
Raekwon Wu Gambinos versus Big L the Enemy. For me, that's kind of, it's tight, but I still lean on Wu Gambino.
Yeah, RZA like slightly edges it out, like slightly.
I'm leaning the other way.
You're leaning Big L. Hey, again, I'm not arguing because I was like, ooh.
Now you want to hurt my pride?
Yeah.
Call me all kind of names, try to hurt my pride. Yeah. Search my ride.
This one's in my notes. This is the first time I was like, oh, I forgot about Run and I forgot about Jada was on the song. But then Premier played MC Act Like They Don't Know, and I was like,
yo, man, that was a tight.
I'm gonna have to lean
super tight
toward KRS on that one.
That was my time. That was my first time.
But here's the thing: some of these choices are based on like the nostalgia of it, and like when,
true.
Like Wu Gambino's and the Enemy. It's like, but it's Cuban Link's album in '95 and Wu Gambino and Posse Cut versus, it's difficult.
Yeah,
it's a difficult choice. Same thing with this one, where he's like, you got Run, which is amazing, but then you have MCs Act Like They Don't Know, which is like setting the whole tone that year.
Yeah. It's weird because when he dropped Run, I haven't listened to Run in so long.
Battle coming soon.
Like,
I see all the faces you making. I see all the faces, brother. You
making a lot of faces over there, man.
But yeah, it's something about MCs Act Like They Don't Know that was just like that did like it did set a tone. But then next we have Wu-Tang Shame on a Nuh versus Das Effects Real Hip Hop. It's Shame. It's Shame. Easy.
For me.
Even though.
PL, you're quiet over there.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. My Wi-Fi just went out. All right.
All right, word, you good.
Okay. Oh, you was frozen. You was like.
Every time I say no, I make $250,000.
Oh, you switching sides on me now? Okay, PL.
Like,
Now you move. You went like to over here now. You over
switching up the squadron?
For me. You switching up the squad. Okay.
Same
all right, so
my mind.
Shame. Oh, Shame. So Shame wins that. Then Wu-Tang.
Whoa, but what did Shame go against?
Shame went against Das EFX's Real Hip Hop.
Oh, it's Shame.
Yeah, Shame, easy. Wu-Tang, Protect Your Neck.
Oh wow.
Versus Group Home, Living Proof. What's up?
Say that. What's that matchup again?
Protect Your Neck, or
the one you just said, Protect Your Neck and
Protect Your Neck versus Group Home, Living Proof. Sorry, bruh.
Protect Your Neck. Yeah.
Protect Your Neck.
No, I was for some reason like my brain wasn't giving me Real Hip Hop. The song, it was giving me. It was actually giving me the KRS-One Dodge joint. I represent the real hip hop. I don't know why, but my brain was like this one, and I was like, no, it's not that. The motorcycles, the video, and yeah. All right, my bad.
Yeah,
that was against Shame.
Yeah,
Shame versus Das EFX's Real Hip Hop.
Oh, that's all right. Shame
Yo,
wins that skirmish, but
verse,
that's a tough one. That's tougher than
that verse, man. I don't know. I heard I was dancing. He's bouncing on that track, yo. RZA with the main playing. Yo, he was just bouncing on the joint, yo.
Yo, man, and then the
Love
funny
that
thing
guy.
is,
that guy.
Throughout this whole battle, I was just like, oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that was a good thing. But then, of course, so Protect Your Neck takes Living Proof. But this one, GZA Cold World versus D'Angelo Devil's Pie. For me, it's Devil's Pie.
Cold World.
You can have it.
It's gonna be Cold World for me.
Cold World.
Cold World, fam.
See, that's where I break, like, because it was something about Devil's Pie when it dropped. I was just like, whoa. You
showing your roots, man. You showing. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I'm VA all day. I'm not
Hold on, man.
I had to go to little power mode. I'm gonna do it again.
Making the man nervous right now.
You know what? I'm gonna do it again.
How did you move around? I don't even know how. I want to move.
I want to move.
Just go to little power mode.
Yo, you making me nervous. PL got PTSD, man.
Stop moving.
Oh man. So all right. So the next one was Wu-Tang MATHOD Man versus Just to Get a Rep.
Man,
this was tight.
That's a horrible matchup.
It was a horrible one.
That's a horrible matchup because there are Gangstar records in that early era that can go against Method Man.
Go against it, yeah, I know.
It's not Just to Get a Rep.
Nope.
Next.
Ghostface Killer, Motherless Child versus Jay-Z, The Evils.
The Evils.
All right.
I think I had that was
this
my
is
tie.
another. This is another one.
That is a tie, but
that's a tie, man. That's a tie. That's a tie, man.
All right. Then we
got
as
much as I'm
trying to give Primo something.
Primo, man.
It's like then we got Raekwon Verbal Intercourse versus Nas. Nas is Like.
This one was hard.
That's a
for
tie.
me. It wasn't. For me, this joint
was a tie.
Verbal Intercourse for me. I ain't even gonna
Verbal
lie,
Intercourse. Man, the way that joint, the smoothness and the perfect like gel of all three of those guys on that.
That might be one of the best Nas ever rapped on in his career.
When I heard Verbal Intercourse beat, I never heard a beat like that.
Yeah,
I said Nas is Like might be one of the Nas's best beats that he's ever rapped on.
I'm tired.
That's facts, though.
Maybe you might
That's
be.
a tie.
You might be.
Wait, hold up. I gotta say something. We're gonna talk about it later, but if he played New York State of Mind, I would have thought a little bit different about this one. Against Verbal Intercourse, I'm like New York State of Mind. But Premier played Nas's Life. I was like,
Man, that piano on that
He went for the throat.
yeah.
Primo
So,
went for the throat.
I was tied on this one. I was tied leaning still RZA. But like that was like, ooh, I forgot about Nas's Life.
Now for me, I'm the opposite. It's a
You're
tie,
tied
but I'm leaning Primo on that one.
I was when I heard it, but like after him playing New York State of Mind later, I should have played that versus the first Nas joint. You know what I mean? For me, for a battle.
Word. Alright, then
You could have played that against Triumph for real.
Alright, so
That would have made more
he
sense
won.
against Triumph.
But when he played it against, he won. So.
We'll next
we'll get to
we
it.
got Ghostface Killer Buck 50 versus Gangstar Remains.
That's
this
a bad matchup too.
Buck 50.
Yeah.
Next.
This one,
I love both.
this one goes to
Next.
RZA for me. Then of course we got Raekwon Ice Cream versus Biggie Unbelievable. Now, I like both these songs. I like both of these songs a lot. But Cream was like, come on, man.
Not Cream.
I mean, not Cream, sorry, Ice Cream.
Ice Cream.
The music video was like everywhere. And like, the music video also, it influenced slang on a well, Wu-Tang influenced slang on a whole nother level. But when it came to like approaching the fairer sex, Ice Cream influenced slang on a whole nother level. Unbelievable didn't really influence much as far as a culture. It was just like, yo, this is a dope track.
Yeah.
And I gotta give that one
that was a valiant effort by him.
I don't know. You might be downplaying Unbelievable a bit.
For me, it was a valiant effort to throw that next to it. But it didn't.
No, don't try to bring the baby into this to soften what you just said, man.
Facts, man.
That's unfair upset right there, man. That's unfair elements, man. Flag on the play, man.
Man.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
That's it, man. Flag on that play, man. That was like Unbelievable's a quintessential New York record at a quintessential New York time, from arguably the most important producer in that time frame with the guy who would be king.
And I get you, but you're also putting it up against a record that would be not only quintessential hip hop, but quintessential just urban culture. Even people that weren't even a hip hop like that, like R&B heads, were like, "Yo, Ice Cream!" Like they heard it, they knew it, they liked it.
If they both played right now, who you banging your head harder to?
I don't even know.
Come on.
No. Ice Cream.
No.
It's weird because here's what I'm saying is Ice Cream has kind of a swing to it as far as the beat goes. It's like dun, 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 dun. But then Unbelievable is like boom boom boom. I'm talking about the swing of the beat. Not the actual drums, the swing behind the beat.
I got
if you play Unbelievable, there's more of like a hard hitting. Yeah. So there's two different types of beats. Right.
Yeah, I get it, but that still was a good one to go up against Ice Cream though, for me.
It was.
It didn't win, but it was a valiant effort, as I said.
Yeah.
So Unbelievable does not win this round?
No,
it does not.
No.
Yo, we talking about Ice Cream, man.
Ice Cream.
The Ice Cream man is coming.
Bruh, anything
Biggie's
from
slow on that song. Are we not?
No, bro. I'm saying it's close. But I'm talking about Ice Cream, yo. Like we're talking about.
This
we're
one,
talking
this
about.
one's a tie for me.
Nah,
this is gonna be a tie. I can't choose. I cannot.
I'm not even arguing your tie. I'm saying for me it was tough too. But I'm saying I gotta go with Ice Cream because it's Ice Cream.
Okay.
If you okay. I have a question for y'all.
Right.
On that same album that this song is on, Unbelievable, was there bigger singles?
Then Unbelievable?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah, Unbelievable wasn't really. Unbelievable is a street record. It wasn't a single. All of the singles were bigger than
Premier
that.
could have played that. What I'm saying is, in terms of a battle, Premier could have played that song against something else, not Ice Cream.
Primo, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, man, we were all buddy, but man, I'm coming for your throat.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so
that's my
I
argument.
respect it. I changed my whole, the more I think about it.
then after that, we got Old Dirty, Brooklyn Zoo,
Which is weird, but
I love Brooklyn Zoo. That beat is crazy.
No, it's weird because it says that RZA didn't produce that song. That's why it's weird.
He didn't produce that.
Oh, he didn't?
No, that's True Master and ODB.
True Master. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Well, maybe he
Disqualification.
was more
He's out.
correct.
Next.
So, all right, so we're not even
man.
So we're not even going to do 14.
That's an L.
What Primo played
That's an L.
anyway?
Primo played.
He
Come
played
Clean.
Come Clean
won. That's
J.
an
Rue.
easy one for me.
Oh yeah. That would have.
Yeah.
Easy
Come
win.
Clean. Come Clean was definitely. It was just come on, man.
Listen, I
It
think
was just one of those J. Rue
I
wins.
think that first J. Rue album is masterful. Like the production on that album, just like the whole how it all came together. I think that album is like sort of unfairly buried in the hip hop pantheon of.
Yeah,
I think it's because J. Rue was funny style in person, and a lot of people in the industry didn't really.
Damn, son.
He was like, I'm for real. J. Rue is funny style. He is. You know what I'm saying? Talk about you behind your back. He'd be all cool with you. Want to dish you on record and stuff. This is well documented.
When is the diss track drop?
He's stupid in interviews.
NERDSoul versus J. Rue. Jeez.
You know what? I'll say this. The current J.
Don't
Rue.
drop the same day as me. I can't compete with that.
The current J. Rue, I might be able to win that. Just saying. Now the 93 J. Rue or whatever, nah. Well, I was like 10, but anyway, but still, but I'm just saying.
RZA, the reason why I like this buddy moment, RZA said what most of the producers were thinking at the time. Yo, did he sample water? Yo, where did he get that from? People were trying to find the frequency. RZA said this in the whole. He said, I was trying to find the frequency you was trying to do. Every producer thought that when I came out. Every producer thought that, what noise is that? And in the video, didn't help.
Deceptively simple.
It didn't because it had water drops.
Yeah, so it made you think that. So, but
deceptively simple too.
For everyone who doesn't know, that is the actual song. Simple. It's an actually song that you got to dig up a little bit if you want to find it. So, but it was dope flip.
But this is an example of what me and Arcka talk about a lot, which is like sort of lost today. Just like records that are so unique and well done, well put together, and hard to find that people spend decades trying to figure out how you made it. Nobody
Ice
knew
Cream is one.
Decades.
That's why I was giving it the nod.
Ice Cream is another great example of that, but nobody knew for decades like where this J. Rue sample came from, or if it was a sample. Just like nobody knew where Ice Cream came from for 20 plus years, 20 years about. No one knew where Shook Ones came from for 20 years. That's amazing.
Yeah.
People thought he sampled water for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And these are people who are digging all the time.
Yeah.
That just never encounter this. I think that's like a lost thing in hip hop. It's amazing. I miss those days.
Two words.
The benefit of digging.
Yeah. Now, question. The next one was ODB, Shimmy Shimmy Ya, versus Biggie, Kicking the Door. That's a tough one. Man.
That's a hard one.
Both those songs are iconic. I might lean on Premier on that one, but I like both these songs. I like both these songs a lot.
Damn. I don't even remember that actually. I remember I don't remember Kicking the Door for some reason.
Boom, boom,
No, I don't remember it being played.
I got a spell on you.
Oh.
Man,
But maybe it was
when that
played,
joint
yeah.
when that joint dropped
that
the
should
little
be
like the
PL.
dun 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 dun.
No, that's definitely
Man.
it's definitely kicking the door. But Shimmy Shimmy Ya is still a banger though.
Yo, we still need to cover that album because I still hold
I'm
true
leaning
that,
that way, but
that
I
might
want to
be
say
the
that.
best
He's
double
going at
album.
everybody on kicking the door.
Which way?
Yeah.
Which way you leaning? P.I.
I'm leaning that way, but I want to say Ty. I'm leaning kicking the door though.
Okay.
It feels
Yeah.
blasphemous for me to pick him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
Yeah,
'Cause they're
fuck it.
both-
I'm leaning Primo. Let's go, Primo.
Yeah,
Fuck it,
yeah, Primo, man, kicking the door was literally Biggie and Primo at absolute like
Peaks.
at Dragon Ball reference, Ultra Instinct precipice highness.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
yeah.
Like
And the other one that premiered one is another one that from that same album. But we're gonna talk about that too later.
all right, word. So
Word.
then we got Biggie Smalls, Long Kiss Goodnight versus Gangstar, Above the Clouds.
Long kiss.
Above the Clouds.
This is another tight one, but I love Above the Clouds. I might have to lean on Above the Clouds, man.
Above the Clouds.
And I
PL,
and I love both of those songs.
Yeah.
I
PL,
really do.
you're on your own on this one, PL. Sorry.
No words.
I know why you like because he's going at everybody on that song too.
Yeah,
On Long
Yeah.
Kiss, he's going.
yeah.
He's going for
Yeah,
throats.
Kicking the Door and Long Kiss Goodnight are two songs where Biggie, like, he doesn't particularly name names, but it's like pretty much like everybody. You can
You know who you were talking about.
You can kiss my rump.
And
Yeah.
not so much as
At the
that.
time it came out, I didn't know who he was talking about either.
If you listen to it now, you know who you're talking about.
I know who he's talking about now, though.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you
See,
know
and it's been so long since I listened to
I
it.
definitely know now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
But I
think
also, this is
everybody-
important too. Like, I also wasn't in New York, and it was different when I talked to people from New York who were
Yeah.
around, who were
Jersey.
outside at that time. It's different. It was different for them when them songs came out, because
Yeah.
everybody in the streets of New York knew in a way that sometimes people outside of New York.
yeah, because see, me living in
Didn't know.
Virginia, I knew he was talking about rappers. I didn't know
Right.
who. Like, so I was just like, ooh, I was like, somebody in trouble. Like, that's all I knew.
Ooh, you in trouble.
Ooh, you gonna get it? Hip hop's daddy gonna spank you.
Meanwhile, and that's the same way I was in Philly. And meanwhile, in New York, everybody's like, what you call it, messed up motherfucking Whitaker. Who? Holyfield. Like, everybody knows already. Like, this is
Yeah. And I'm in South Jersey. It ain't trickling down there. Sorry. I'm in South Jersey, the
man.
suburbs. It ain't getting to the suburbs, y'all. Sorry.
Yeah, like, I ain't getting that.
I can't even speculate. I didn't know who anybody was. You know what I'm saying?
speculation.
Even if I listen now, I probably, like, say if he's talking about like 8 different people, I'd probably pick up 2 maybe if I listen to now and like really focused. But you see, next we got Ghostface Killer Assassination
Yeah,
Day
I'm about to get you demonetized.
versus New York State of Mind.
What we got?
Assassination
Mike,
Day
I'm
versus New York State of Mind.
New York City Mind.
What is it?
Assassination Day.
Versus New York State of Mind.
New York
Yeah.
State of Mind, fam.
New York State of Mind gets
I
that.
like Assassination.
I'd like
Yeah,
to do
it
with
is
it.
better.
New York
It
City
is.
Mind.
I know, but I
As
like.
a hit.
I
As
know.
a hit.
I
Come
know.
on.
New
Yo,
York
did y'all
State of
see
Mind.
that Assassination Day was trending after that?
No, I didn't
Or
know
it
that.
was?
It was?
Yo.
Yeah, like all of these people thought it was
Because people
talking
probably
about,
forgot how dope it was.
No, it was
You know
like
what
a
I'm
bunch of people who thought it was like had to do with Trump.
Oh,
They didn't know that it was a RZA song
yeah.
from Ghostface album.
Help, please.
Yeah. It's a
What's that
newbies, man.
from,
The
yeah?
young ones, they don't know, man. The young ones don't know.
Yeah, they don't be knowing.
What movie is that from? The Help,
I don't
please.
I know what it is.
Arcka, you know.
I don't know what it is off top, but it's something. I've never seen the movie though, so I don't know explicitly what it is.
All
I
right, cool.
looked
So
it on
now,
Wikipedia and it told me what it was.
So y'all are all leaning New York State of Mind.
I'm leaning New York State of Mind. Yeah.
I'm not even
That-
leaning. I'm New York City Mind.
Man,
off
not
top.
right. Like, not, yeah.
Once
Oh,
he dropped it, I was like, "Yeah, you won this round, sir."
Yeah, it's like Now I will say there were times where it was kind of because throughout the battle, DJ Premier got to hear the setup and got to respond. So it was a little lean, but he lost a lot where he was able to respond.
That's what I'm trying to say. He lost a lot with that advantage.
Yeah, with the advantage. So next we got Raekwon Criminology versus Gangstar Duet. And that's tough. I think they wash each other out, man. They're both.
That's a tie, fam.
Double R, Rough Riders. You know what I mean?
Then Raekwon Incarcerated Scarfaces versus Royce the 5'9", boom. Which
that was a valiant. Now, just in terms of mechanics, like that was a good matchup. Like that was a good counter punch if you think about the beat itself. No, listen to what I'm saying.
Because
take your eye off of me right now. Listen to what I'm saying real quick. Listen to my argument real quick. Take out the iconic impact of that song and just go beat for beat, song for song. Let's say we didn't know what a Cuban Links was. And they play that, like, let's say it's a beat battle.
Okay.
We go to the spot, there's two guys battling. They RZA and Premier, but we don't know those guys. That's a good counter punch. That's a good counter blow. But when you factor in Cuban Links, how iconic it is, you can't really win against Incarcerated.
You can't win, but you can tie.
It's so.
He had better options, man. And that's what I want to take away from Boom, because Boom is fire and still knocks now.
It's amazing.
Okay, what if he played the next joint?
Give me another one.
Tell me the next joint is. What if he played the next joint against Incarcerated Scarface? Tell me what the next joint is.
All right, so the next joint was 10 Crack Commandments. And on the RZA side, he played You're All I Need. So You're All I Need versus 10 Crack Commandments.
Primo would have won both.
Man.
No,
did he play the
right now?
Man, that You're All I Need.
Commandments?
It's tough.
Wait. 10 Crack Commandments is better than Incarcerated Scarface.
It was All I Need.
And better than All I Need.
It's tough.
I'm mixed up. So the next are we saying the next matchup was 10 Crack and All I Need, or
yes.
Is this
the very next matchup?
No, this is 10 Crack. Let me ask you this. Let's hop back to the one before this.
Okay.
What could he have played against Incarcerated?
10 Crack Commandments.
10 Crack Commandments.
I'm gonna agree with that. So All I Need, the album version?
Yeah.
Or the remix?
It's the album version.
I love that version. I love that version the most out of all of the versions.
Yeah,
personally. But don't do that. Not against 10 Crack.
Come on, fam.
Well, see, remember, RZA didn't respond. RZA plays first.
Okay.
So Premier gets to respond.
I'm still gonna give it to 10 Crack.
Premier gets to respond.
We're all giving it to 10 Crack. We all
give it to him. Yeah, that's what.
But I chose 10 Crack Commandments.
Oh, but I didn't understand what you were trying to like with the All I Need, like with the other. I was saying if Premier played 10 Crack against Incarcerated Scarface, it would have been closer.
It would have been much closer.
That's all I was saying. I was kind of jumping ahead a little bit. My bad.
All right. So
I thought y'all was looking at the list. My bad, y'all.
Next up, we got
I ain't got the list.
Next up, we got Wu-Tang Cream versus Gangstar Mass Appeal.
Tie.
That's low key a good matchup. Yeah, that's a tie for me.
That's a very good matchup. That's a good matchup. I think they wash each other. For me, they wash each other out because
just like the song before, where I said Ice Cream win, Cream wins all the time. For me,
you know what?
On a related note, the videos for both of those songs are amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Damn, I haven't seen that video for Mass Appeal in a minute. Yeah.
It's amazing.
They're both
It's
amazing.
the grimiest video about doing nothing in particular. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, they went to the beach in the winter time.
Yeah, because that's the only time you can get it when it's open. You know what I'm saying?
And like, Premier's cutting, but they angled the camera in such a way and lighted in such a way that you could see all his fingerprints on the record. And it was crazy. On the low though.
Yeah, it's. I'll watch these two out. I want to give it all to RZA, but I got to give Premier some love on this. I've been because I was RZA heavy through this whole thing.
Hey, this is the problem with battles sometimes with the crowd. They be like, "Oh yeah, you both won." No.
Okay, all right, okay. Then in that case, Cream over Mass Appeal, easy.
Boom, decision.
Cream over Mass Appeal, easy. If I'm not going to be nice to Premier at all, just because I know his work and I know his ethic, you're talking about a time when RZA was Super Saiyan. You know what I'm saying? Anything between 36 and Forever, dude he was Super Saiyan God Goku, son. All right? like, homie, come on, man, with the blue hair. Come on, man. Like, it's very little. It's weird because we're talking about Premier, but there's few things he could play. It's tough because it's not that Premier's whack. Because I don't want it to sound like I'm talking about him like he ain't got hits.
No, they both got hits, but just in different kind of ways. You know what I mean? Like you know what it's like? It's like you have like at the time of those 5 years, you have the greatest player of all time, and you have like the second greatest or the third greatest player of all time battling against each other. There'll be most of the time it's like Jordan versus. Who was in this era that was good in this era? Like Jordan versus.
There were a lot of people that were good during Jordan's run.
Barkley, Ewing,
like
those guys. Carmelo,
Malone.
Yeah, Malone.
It's like that.
You had Clyde Drexler. He was older, but he was still playing
on his team and in the league. But when it comes to the other guy in that 5-year period, Teflon.
Yeah, he was at 96 Jordan, man. It was just
fade away.
All right, cool. Then after that, so after Cream and Mass Appeal, we got Wu-Tang Clan Ain't Nothing to F With, and we got Crooklyn Dodgers Crooklyn. So this is another one. This is another tough one for me, and I might lean Crooklyn on this one. This, and I know Wu-Tang ain't nothing to mess with. I know they ain't, but it's that Crooklyn beat, man.
And the upset of the show, potentially, I'm going Crooklyn. I'm going to turn the Crooklyn Dodgers.
That Crooklyn beat, man.
95, we take back Ebbets Field. Let's go.
Yeah, it's.
I might go tie now. Like before I didn't think about it. But
what was that sound? Was that like one of those like those big stand up like violins or whatever?
I don't know what that was, but that beat is.
It's the cello. I want to say.
Yeah, like some I don't know that
cello and piano.
That like string whine sound in the background.
Definitely cello. Yeah, the noise at the top was like one of those kind of bells. You hear the bells? It's one of those bells or whatever.
Deep. That was a deep reference right there.
Yeah,
that was for Haas. That was like a bell or like not vibraphone. One of them things you can make bells and sounds with. Something like one of them noises. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about.
We giving this to Crooklyn.
Yeah, that's it.
So next we had Kanye West, Dark Fantasy versus Kanye, KRS, Nas, and Rakim Classic. Now, for me, I'm going Dark Fantasy.
We're all going Dark Fantasy. Yeah. You're quiet over there.
Fantasy.
All right.
We're going Fantasy. That's an easy one. You know what the mistake of that? You know what the mistake of that skirmish was? Trying to match Ye.
Yeah. Different Ye's.
Nah, but just like even like because he played a record with Ye on it.
Yeah.
Primo shouldn't have played a record with Ye on it.
Like I should have played a record that some of the choices were like my bad. Like I was saying earlier, some of the choices were like.
All right, PL. What could a Premier played against Dark Fantasy? To at least
what he played right after that.
What did he play? Oh, what did he play right after that? Hold on.
He played.
Oh, he could play Represent. Okay. That'd
He
have
could
been.
Could have played Represent.
He could have played Represent.
Yeah,
He
That's true.
could have played Superstar or something.
he could have.
Oh yeah.
I bet he did.
Wow,
He
didn't
doesn't
even
play Superstar in this. He's bugging right now.
Yeah, he's
So,
bugging.
so next, Wu-Tang Triumph, which is like just
That
going
was-
and give it to him, versus Nas Represent.
That's Jordan Game 6. That's Jordan
That's-
Game 6.
As
He said-
push off. As push off Mike for
Hey,
the win.
Push off Jordan Game 6.
Now
Get
what?
out
Now
here.
what
Brian
did y'all
Russell.
say? What did
Sit
y'all
down.
One
say?
no push off.
What
One no
did
push
Primo
off. He
play?
fell.
What you say? He played
What did y'all
Represent.
say? Primo played.
He played
against-
Represent.
That's where he should have played Nas's Like.
Ooh, that would have matched it. Cause that was around the same time. I
Yeah.
get that.
Mm.
Nas like would have been a good for trying, but it wouldn't have
There was
triumphed
nothing
over
to
the
It wouldn't
Triumph.
have, but it would have brought it closer.
There's nothing to
That-
beat.
Triumph is an
That-
atomic, as I
You
bomb
know what?
atomically for real.
You know what? He never played any downtown swinger through any of this. And I think all those the downtown swinger beats was on point.
He should have played more.
I mean,
MLT joints.
they're not known
He should have
songs,
played
but
more
the
MLT.
beats. But the beats,
Yo,
man,
Downtown
'cause
Swinger 96 and 98.
Primo could have played some more.
Because there's
group
three
shit,
downtown
too.
swingers, right?
So wait,
There's three
so
of them.
are we saying
Is
that
it three or
Primo
two?
like
Oh, it's three.
it could have been closer? If Primo definitely Primo played more joints, like more joints that
Man,
Mhm.
any of the MOP joints, like more MOP joints, because just the energy on MOP joints.
Where the
is
moment of
different.
truth joints?
yeah he could have played full clip.
Yeah, he
Where's
didn't
full
drop full
clip?
clip.
Where's moment of truth? Where's more group home? Where's more?
You know what? I think.
Prime?
And what, I'll
But you know
do this
that
after.
Prime?
I'll speak about this after.
Don't
You know what that
ever do
shows?
that.
All right, here it is. I got it.
You about to get Arcka started if you say what you just said again.
No.
Yeah, what did you say?
Nothing. I ain't said nothing, bro.
What do you say? What do you
Yo,
say?
run the tape back.
You're gonna have
Run
to
the
watch
tape
it. You're
back.
gonna have to watch
Run the
it
tape
back.
back.
You got to watch it back. You have to watch it back.
I said that Primo could have played some of the joints off of Prime.
Prime who? Like Optimus Prime? They made beats and songs together.
D-Rhyme, Prime,
No,
whatever
he's
you want
talking
to call
about-
that album.
He's talking, man.
Saying he could
all
have
right,
went to the Royce.
so-
He said he could have went to the Royce. Now,
Yeah.
well, when you say Prime, you don't mean the album specifically.
You mean like
just
Premier
their
is
whole
Prime.
discography together.
You mean Premiere in his prime?
Y'all playing
Yeah,
like
like-
right,
No, I'm gonna follow you down this rabbit hole. I'm just not gonna include the albums though, like specifically. But you have Ding, you have Hip Hop,
all right.
you got a bunch of Royce Primo collabs that are amazing.
That are really
before you
good,
even
yeah.
get to the albums.
Boom.
Before
Which
he,
one
before
was
he
ready?
started,
Boom. Don't forget Boom.
yeah, before he started standing outside in a full suit, rapping all discombobulated.
You got
I got it. I got it.
This
Yo.
was kind
I
of a
got
big
it.
song, wasn't it?
I got it. All right. This is what it is. Premier longevity with hits is longer than RZA's. Longevity. He has more
I'll give
hits
it- I'll give you
with mad other people.
But the density of hits.
But the density
Yeah.
of RZA in that 5 years trumped all of pretty much Premier's hits. Most of them.
I won't say trumps, but it's
Overshadows.
a slight edge. Yes, it's a slight edge.
It definitely is. It's heavyweighted, man.
It's a
Like-
slight edge.
So we got four more. We got all right. So next they played Nas, Tenasia versus
This was-
Jay-Z, Friend or Foe.
what was the first one?
I don't
Nas
remember.
Tenasia.
I don't remember Premier playing Friend or Foe. I listened to the joint again. I
He
didn't hear
did.
that.
He did.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
see, I didn't hear
motherfuckers was
that.
in the comments was like, yo, why you holding it? Just like people are in the comments
Wait,
yelling at
wait.
RZA like, yo, why you holding Triumph and Cream?
Yo, the end of it gets really wonky because my version I watched did not have like it. Literally ended. RZA played. RZA played the Nas joint, the unreleased joint that was on Lost Tapes 2. He played that, and after that, he started playing some other stuff.
Yeah.
On the list,
y'all
it said he
tuned
played.
out.
It said he played "It's Yours," "Gravel Pit," and "Better Tomorrow." And not
Yeah.
the Better Tomorrow that you're thinking of. It's the other Better Tomorrow from the Better Tomorrow album.
Right.
That's what it says. I didn't
Yeah.
hear these songs.
Yeah, see, I
All
didn't
those
hear
were
those
played.
either. So I probably I probably saw some
Yeah,
like
you say
stream
PL?
that cut off early.
All of those were played.
All right, so what happened? There was a little glitch. I remember hearing it in the audio, the playback. So if you watched it live, you probably heard it. But if you didn't watch it live, you probably didn't hear
missed
it.
that.
So
Yeah,
the PL, remember you said you caught it in the end to the middle to the
I
end.
caught it towards like the endish.
Yeah,
like
so,
maybe,
so
like
you
when I started watching it the first time, it was in round 19.
Yeah,
Primo had just played his joint, and RZA was about to play "You're All I Need." That's where I came in.
Yeah,
and then I watched the rest of it from on out until it started
all
going
right, so
left.
PL, you got to tell us what they played, if they really played these songs. I don't know now.
I got you.
All
Mike,
right,
run it down.
25. Round 25 is Nas Tenacia versus Jay-Z Friend or Foe.
And then that's where, like, after Triumph, Primo wins, like, everything. Because RZA starts playing, like, what?
Well, hold on. Because even though I give that to Friend or Foe, Wu-Tang Clan, It's Yours isn't a bad beat. You know what I'm saying? But, of course, it's versus So Ghetto.
It's not a beat to win a battle, neither.
True.
I would say So Ghetto.
Yeah, I give that to So Ghetto.
Even though I like, It's Yours
Even though he
is
waited
anyway.
way late to play So Ghetto, but, you know what I'm saying?
He did. What was that about?
Then you got Wu-Tang Clan Gravel Pit versus Christina Aguilera, Ain't No Other Man. Which I probably edged to Gravel Pit.
And that's
like,
when
I know.
Fam,
No,
I
don't get me
told
wrong.
Fam.
This is where the battle's already done for me. I have to Triumph. The battle's done for me.
Yeah.
And
What
then,
are you talking about?
RZA was like, yo, the only reason he played Gravel Pit is because he knew, like, there were people watching worldwide, and he wanted to show
But
them,
there are
like,
better
the Gravel
songs
Pit.
from that album.
No, I'm assuming, like, at that point, I guess it was just like a hit contest type of thing. RZA played that one, and then Primo was like, yo, I got pop joints too that did joints overseas, and that's why he played that one.
Yeah, so watching it, like, after, like, there was, the whole entire time, they were only supposed to play 20 joints. It wound up them playing, like, what, 26, 28 joints.
No.
So, like,
And then
after a
RZA
while,
went on after that.
yeah, and then they went on after that. Like, I heard some of that, too. That, like, so mine had a little glitch in it. But I think most people had it, like, I remember hearing, there was, like, I was in the bathroom, I just heard, like, something, like, changed, you know, like, some kind of, like, blip. I was like, oh, that must have been where it cut, and it kind of came back. So if you were watching it live and you caught it. They couldn't catch it. Whoever like reposted onto YouTube, they didn't catch those moments. So like, but if that's what was played, and because it didn't make sense of what I heard basically from the Nas joint to the Christina Aguilera joint. That's what the gap for me was. I think that would make kind of sense. Like, what you play that, and you can play the Christina Aguilera joint over the Nas joint? Oh, that wins all day. But as you said, I found out where things were missing.
Yeah.
So,
and then the last one is Wu-Tang Clan A Better Tomorrow versus Nas I Gave You Power.
And that isn't making it. And the thing is when he played, okay.
But remember, you're laughing, but remember, RZA has to go first.
Hold up.
Premier gets to counter punch on every round.
Karen,
They should have swapped in the middle.
So mine had Nas he played I Gave You Power after RZA played The Better. Yeah. Oh no, that is right. Yeah. So I did hear that. Yeah. I forgot The Better Tomorrow. That was the song name. He didn't say what the song name was, but he played a song that was the Wake Up Everybody, No More Sleeping in Bed joint. And I walked out the room because I thought he was playing the original. And then I heard people rapping. I was like, oh, we skipping this. I don't like that song anyway. So I forgot that he played it. Yeah, that's not.
Yo.
That's why I said the battle ends at the Triumph for me. There's no more battle.
That was wild, yo.
This is the thing, though. RZA had, even though RZA played tons of joints, even after Triumph, he had gas in the tank. He could have continued in on other things.
He could have went Daytona 500.
Where was Daytona and all this?
Wow. You could play Daytona 500. You know what I mean? He could have played a bunch of joints.
Whoa, that's a glaring oversight right there.
RZA made this closer than it should have been.
But he still
RZA
won
made
though.
this
I think I'm
closer.
gonna
He
have to
won
agree.
by like one. He won by
Nah,
like a free throw.
nah.
At the
RZA won by about 5 or 6 tracks.
I don't know about that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Come on, P. Come on, man.
Nah, man.
Wait. Yeah.
RZA won, but it was no.
You're 13 to 5.
RZA almost lost.
5 to 15 to 13.
I told you what my score was.
I know that is way. We are the three of us are in disagreement on that right there, sir.
RZA made this a whole lot closer than it should have been with some of his choices. Primo could have stolen the battle with some of his choices.
Hey man, it's new to them. You know what I mean? Leave them alone, man. They never battled before. This ain't even a real battle. It ain't a real battle.
I'm gonna be for real. If RZA would have let me choose his tracks, this could have been.
Let me ask you
This could have been embarrassing.
No. Somebody could have said the same thing for Primo. If somebody else made the choices,
let me
it'd
ask
have been
you
a
this.
blowout, fam.
If you
Blowout,
chose
fam.
if you chose for RZA, Mike, where do you stop? Like, what album do you stop? Where you go, okay, I'm not picking anything after this.
Nobody.
Or do you have a line like that?
It's weird because then you do have stuff like Dark Fantasy. You know what I'm saying?
Run.
But he didn't. I mean. Run, Dark Fantasy. I
I'm
would
gonna be
have reached in. I would have reached into
Molasses is super crazy.
Oh,
I would have reached into Supreme Clientele a bit. You know what I'm saying? I would have been like, yo, because even with someone choosing for Premiere.
Wow, Stroke Definitely would have been crazy to play though. I don't think like Premier Pay would have exploded if he played it that. Like, wait, what? How did you do that? I would want to know RZA talk about that beat. Like, I would have really liked to hear about that. Like, how did he?
Here's the thing. After listening to it, because I'm so far removed from that time period. After listening to it, I was like, you know what? Even if I let someone else choose, like, say if one of us, like, if I chose for RZA or like Arckatron chose for RZA and someone else chose for Premier. I still think RZA edges out Premier. And it's weird. At first, before this battle happened, I wasn't thinking that. I wasn't thinking that at first.
There's one way to find out.
You think we should do it?
I'm down to do it.
Pick like a solid 20 for each of us.
I'll choose for Primo. I'm well versed in Primo.
I'm well
and
versed in
RZA.
RZA. So yeah.
You want to do like a solid?
Can we bring a different character to the table, or it doesn't have to be one of those two? Because I know.
Let's talk.
I think Arcatron knows who my character's gonna be.
Character. We mean character. Like we choosing like
Dame Breeze.
If you're choosing your character, like how you chose Premier or you chose RZA to represent you in a beat battle.
Who is your character? Tell me. I don't know. I want to know.
Just Blaze.
Just Blaze versus who?
Versus
anybody. Let me curate the Just Blaze beat battle, and I don't think I would lose.
Oh, I got it. Alchemist.
And I don't think I would lose.
Just Blaze versus Alchemist?
I don't care who.
Because they did it in real life already.
I saw it. I saw it in real life with my own eyes.
He didn't pick the right joints,
sir.
Alchemist goes deep, son. Alchemist goes deep.
When it comes to Alchemist, nah.
Yo, ALC, man. See, I've been up on ALC for a minute.
How you want to do Alchemist?
Yeah.
Yo,
you do Blaze?
Because straight up, ALC goes way deep on a lot of beats.
I don't know. See, the thing
I don't think Just Blaze has enough.
No,
I don't think it's that he doesn't have any.
All I need, we got 20 bullets, right?
Some rules need to be
20 bullets.
I got 20
bullets. Because what they did,
you got a
20. We can shorten it. They did 28 beats. We shortened it to 20.
How long you holding that Exhibit C for?
This might.
How long you gonna hold that Exhibit C? That's all.
Beat number one.
We taking heads. Beat one. We coming to take heads.
Here you go.
This is what I
say. Beat number one, Exhibit C. Beat number two.
Okay.
This is what I have to say.
Coming to take heads off. Stop playing. I go first.
Blaze,
Ooh,
for me, Blaze wins in terms of hits, but in terms of beat making, Alchemist wins. So it's gonna be interesting to see what y'all come up with.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that. I definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
Because I saw it live and direct. I saw them in 2009. Dude,
live and direct
in Philadelphia. They both were playing their songs back to back. And I was like, Alchemist won this. What are we doing? But we need someone else to curate his stuff.
Okay. Yeah, like maybe he can't pick his stuff well. Because I honestly think that if you let regular hip hop historians choose RZA and choose Premier, I still think RZA edges Premier out. You know what I'm saying? Like, after listening to this,
RZA didn't play much.
Because RZA didn't go deep. Bruh, homie has what? All right, Inner 36, Takao.
He played most of those singles.
But
he played most of them.
I think RZA's selection
there's still so many beats on those albums that he didn't play. They weren't hits, but the beats themselves were stupid. Like, man, I
think he played them, man.
He could have played Stomp towards the end. Because Stomp isn't a big song, but Stomp...
He didn't play dog shit. He didn't play Daytona 500. He didn't play fucking...
Daytona 500. Like,
he didn't play Bring the Ruckus.
He did play Buck 50, right?
Buck 50 he played.
Okay.
He played.
He didn't play 260.
From 36.
You know what I'm saying?
He didn't play 260. He didn't play this?
Yo,
he played Shame on it. Chess boxer, maybe.
He didn't play fourth.
He didn't play that either.
He didn't play chess boxer.
He didn't play fourth chamber.
Fourth chamber.
If RZA would have been like, yo, NERDSoul, hold me down.
Like, come on.
Fourth chamber is one of those late round. Oh, we think he's out of gas, and it's like, oh, I forgot about that.
He can play
album
Killer Hills.
You know what I'm saying? That kind of joint.
Killer Hills.
We've been talking about a lot.
So yo, man, there's so many album cuts between ODB, Method Man, Raekwon.
You dead.
Where's Cam A in all of this?
Yo,
you love Cam A.
You want all I need or Cam A?
With this,
I think
Cam A is another. I think Cam A is another deceptively simple beat.
I'll take all I need.
I think Cam A is a very hard beat to recreate, and it doesn't seem like that.
I like their verses on Cam A, but I feel all I need is just a better song than Cam A.
Okay.
Like I'm not, but like their verses are great, but I just feel that beat is that's not my beat. That's not my kind of beat.
All right, cool.
You know how I feel about the Iron Man album though, so.
Yes.
So you gotta take
you don't
that
like the Iron Man album?
Not over stream clientele, no sir.
Oh, but I mean the dude. I mean you're talking about someone who got more experience in.
Me and Haas counted. Ghostface is only on 15 of the 16 songs on his own album. He only has like. Come on, son. Nah.
15 of 16. That's like 98% or something. Like I mean. Are you really angry about that?
But he only had like one verse per song too.
Yo, but you know how he rolled. You know him and Raekwon roll, you know what I'm saying, 1-2 punch. That's how they do. That was already established back in 36 Chambers. That's why I don't knock him for that. I don't knock
Arcka's in his
I ain't having what you're saying
chamber right now.
He could be as mad as he want, but the bottom line
I ain't having that. I ain't having that. No, what I'm saying is that
where's Eric Sermon in all of this? Why has no one challenged Eric Sermon?
Because Eric Sermon doesn't have the longevity.
There's a song
right now, man. You are bugging right now.
Hold that thought.
The world is cold, the block is hot as a stove on the corner.